A very good morning, students. Once again, we are together for science period. In the last lecture, we had finished with the workbook exercise of lesson number 1 almost, and only one last question was remaining, which we will discuss now. And after that, we will start with the workbook exercise of lesson number 2. So, first, lesson number 1, the living world adaptations and classifications, given on page number workbook 13. 10th question we have to start with. Write scientific names of the following. Right? The living things names are given: dog, cow, hibiscus, jowar, human, and mango. The answers are directly given in your textbook on page number 8 and page number 9. First, look at the page number 9. On the top, next to the frogs picture, the table is given living things and the scientific names. Okay. So, dog, Canis lupus familiaris. Cow, Bos taurus. Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Jowar, Sorghum bicolor. Human, Homo sapiens, and mango, Mangifera indica. Now these two, the last one, human and mango, are given on page number 8. See, next to recall, the table is given, hierarchy, mango and human there. Full classification is given. So for mango, you will write the scientific name, last two words, Mangifera indica. And similarly for human, the last two words, Homo sapiens. Okay. So this you will directly copy from the textbook. Next, question number 11 is, draw neat and labeled diagram of the following, that is fish. It is given on page number 4 in your textbook. Page number 4. The figure is 1.10. Down it is given gills, scales, fins. Okay. And the tail also you will label, that is the tail fin. Okay. Tail fin. Now with this, the last question is over. The open-ended questions are given, which you are supposed to write on your own. First one is, what are the different types of plants in your surroundings? If you have pots at home, you can write the names, common names you can write. And if you have a garden down near your building, or if you have visited any of the garden, you can just write the name of those plants, common names. Second one is, which animals stay in your house? How are they adapted? So if at all you have any pet, you can write about it. How do they get adapted? Okay. So with this, we finish with the first lesson workbook exercise. And I hope the earlier questions of the lesson number 1 you had already completed. Okay. So let's move to lesson number 2, plants, structure and function, and it is workbook page number 16. So the very first question, fill in the blanks. The part that grows from inside the seed towards the soil is called the dash. I hope you are ready with the answers. So please see if it is right. It is radicle. Radicle develops into the root. Dash are the hair-like processes near the root tips. Both the words of the answers are given in the sentence itself. Yes, it is root hair. Monocotyledonous plants have dash type of roots. Yes, which are those roots? They are fibrous roots. The part of the stem between two nodes is called an. Yes, half of the answer is in the question itself. So it is internodes. The broad spread out part of leaf is called dash. The green part of the leaf, the broad part is leaf blade, while the tip is called as the leaf apex. In the bud condition, the petals are covered by leaf-like whorl called, the outermost green colored whorl is called as calyx. Okay. So I hope you have written the answers. Second question is give examples of 3 plants that have. Now students, if you remember, you should remember, we had earlier discussed the textual exercise of the lesson 1 and 2 both, right? And we had a lecture on that also. I had given you the answers also. So this question is a repetition. This was there in the textual exercise and I had given you the answers that time also. So you can just refer to those answers. It is one and the same. If at all it is not there with you, afterwards, after the video is over, you can pause this and you can write the answers afterwards. Okay. So let's proceed. Okay, I'll read it for you. Spiny fruits, jackfruit, datura and castor. Spiny stem, cactus, silk floss tree, silk cotton tree. Red flowers, hibiscus, erythrina, that is the Indian coral tree, and flame of the forest, which is also called as palash ki phool. Yellow flowers, golden trumpet tree, golden shower tree, yellow canna. Leaves which close at night, amla, gulmohar, rain tree. Single seeded fruits, mango, berries and cashew. Seventh one is many seeded fruits, guava, jackfruit, watermelon. It is not necessary that you have to write these answers only. If you know your own answers, you can write. Okay, let's move. Third question is name the following. You have to name the plants in which these characters are present. So first one is modified roots. It is aerial roots, stilt roots, runners, breathing roots or pneumatophores. Okay. Then what are the different types of arrangement on the leaves? If you remember, while explaining the lesson, I had shown you the different arrangement of leaves. Alternate leaves, opposite, whorled and spiral. Third is shape of the leaves. This also I had shown you the different shapes of the leaves. Rounded, palmate, lanceolate and linear. Parts of the stamen, that is the male reproductive part of the flower. There are 2 parts. Upper one is anther and the lower one stalk-like structure is called as filament. Parts of carpel, that is the female reproductive part, and the 3 parts are the topmost is stigma, middle one style and the last one basal swollen part is ovary. Question number 4, what are the similarities and differences between? So question number 4 is what are the similarities and differences between? First you will write the similarities and then you will write the differences. So the very first one is jowar and moong. Similarities are both are the foodstuffs and the differences are jowar is a monocot, moong is a dicot. Jowar has, as it is monocot, it is having one single cotyledon. Moong, it has 2 cotyledons. Jowar is full of carbohydrates and moong is full of proteins. Jowar grains are seen in cobs whereas moong present in legumes. Okay. Now you can just copy the important words monocots. It is understood monocot means single cotyledon, so that you can write. Afterwards carbohydrates and cobs and legumes. Okay. Or afterwards you can pause and you can copy down. It's a very small answer. Second one is onion and coriander. The similarities is both are consumed in the form of salads, that is they are eaten raw, and they are used as supplementary foodstuffs in cooking and garnishing. Garnishing means to decorate the food dish. And the differences are onion is a monocot, coriander is dicot. Onion is grown from seed or its bulb. Coriander is grown from seeds. Onion is edible and its leaf is eaten. Okay, leaf is modified, and coriander, they are the leaves itself which are eaten. The third one is leaves of banana and mango. Now whenever we have puja or any religious function at home, you know, the banana leaves are used, and the mango leaves are also used, and they are used as torans also, right? The toran of mango leaves are generally used on the festivals. And the differences are leaf of banana, that is banana plant is monocot, mango is dicot. Then the leaves of banana, as I had explained, they have the parallel venation. Okay, the branches of the midrib are parallel to each other, whereas in mango leaf there is a reticulate venation or a network of venation. Fourth one is coconut tree and jowar stalk plant. Similarities is both are monocots and both are foodstuffs. Let's see what are the differences. Coconut tree is very strong and tall. Jowar is dwarf and weak. Very easily it can be uprooted. Coconut tree is perennial, whereas jowar stalk plant dies after the cob is grown. And coconut tree, adventitious roots are found as it is very strong and tall, whereas jowar is very weak plant, so adventitious roots and stilt roots for additional supports are found. So now students, we had finished with the fourth question, right? Now I had directly come to sixth question. Can you tell me why? Yes, because the fifth question will be given to you in the printed form. It is not given in the textbook, and we will be giving you directly the printed answer. So now sixth one is explain the following images in your own words. Okay. So these are the images. The A is it is a maize seed, whereas the B is a bean seed. Now you have to explain this. This question was again there in the textual exercise, and I had explained you that time. So this you will write in your own words. I'll just tell you what you are supposed to write. First one you will write A is maize monocot seed, B is a dicot bean seed, right? Then you will write that in A, that is in maize, the radicle and plumule is inside the cotyledon, whereas in B, the radicle and plumule are on the upper side. Okay, and in maize you can see there is only one cotyledon. In bean you can see there are two cotyledons. Okay, then the next one, answer the following questions. Describe the various functions of parts of a plant. So you have to write about the roots, about the stems, about the leaf, that is on the next part. The first one is functions of roots. First one is anchoring and holding soil firmly, absorption of water and minerals, and third one is supporting the plant. Now this functions of root is directly given in the workbook on page number 14, point number 8, 2.8, functions of roots. So that you will copy directly from the workbook. Second one is functions of stems, that is not given directly. So you write down from the slide. First one is to hold all the branches of the plant. Second, to perform photosynthesis in cactus or wherever the stem is green. Third is transportation of food and water. And fourth one is modified stem, where the food is stored and it also takes part in the reproduction. Okay, like in potato and sugarcane. Sorry. Okay, so this also you can pause and you can write afterwards. Third one is functions of leaves, right? Now this functions of leaves are also not given, but as you know that the very important function of leaf is the production of food by the process of photosynthesis. Second is transpiration by the stomata, excess amount of water is given out in the form of vapors. Third is some leaves are modified and some store the food Some give the support to the plant and some help in the process of reproduction, like bryophyllum we had studied. Okay, so these answers you can pause and you can write. First one is directly given in the workbook. Second and third you can write it down from the slide. Next is function of flowers. We know that its main function is reproduction. Okay. Next one is functions of fruits. Protection of seeds and storage of food materials. This is the function of the fruits. Then second is describe the structure of taproot. Okay. This is given on page number 10 in your textbook. So open page number 10. Structure of taproot, figure 2.2. Okay, figure 2.2. Secondary root, primary root, root hair, root tip and root cap. This is the answer. Third is, what are the different types of roots? Now this answer is given in the textbook but at different places, so you have to search. It's better you copy down directly from this. First one is taproot and the fibrous roots are two main types. Then there are modified roots for the different functions, that is aerial roots, stilt roots, runners, breathing roots, pneumatophores are to perform additional functions. Third one is adventitious roots grow from the stem just above the soil. So this you can pause and you can note down these 3 points. Fourth one is, what are the different parts of stem? It is given in your textbook on page number 12. Figure 2.6. At the top of the page, you can see the different parts of the stem are growing bud that is in the axil of the stem and leaf. Leaf is shown, nodes are shown and internode is shown. So you will draw this diagram. Fifth one is, describe the different types of leaves. Now the first 2 points are not given there. So this you will write from the video. Leaves arise from the nodes on a stem. Generally leaves are thin, flat and green in color. And then you will continue from your workbook, that is page number 15. Open page number 15. See point number 9, 4.9. Did you get it? Types of leaves. Right? Simple leaves and compound leaves. Then simple leaf heading is given, single in undivided leaf blade with single midrib. Compound leaf, leaf blade divided into many small leaflets. These 2 types of leaves also I had shown you while explaining the lesson. Sixth one is, what are the different types of leaves according to their arrangement of leaves on the stem and their shapes. Now this is given in your textbook also and in your workbook also. So in your textbook it is given on page number 13. What are the different types of leaves according to their arrangement and their shapes. So in your textbook page number 13, very first paragraph. In different plants, the arrangement of leaves on the stem is different. It may be alternate, opposite, whorled, spiral, etc. And second point is, according to shape, leaves are rounded, that is obovate, palmate, lanceolate and linear. And if you want to write from the textbook on page number 15, as I said, it is point number 4.10. Okay, let's move. Eighth question is, use your brain power. Now actually this answers you have to write on your own, but still, first one, what would have happened if plants like tamarind, banyan and mango had fibrous roots? You had seen that tamarind, banyan and mango are huge trees, right? They are having a very wide branches covering the area. So these plants are so strong. If they had fibrous roots, then they would have been uprooted, because the fibrous roots are generally found in the weak and dwarf plants where the plant is very weak. But here the plants are the trees. So how these fibrous roots will be able to hold the plant firmly, rather tree firmly in the soil. So these trees are not having the fibrous roots, they have the tap roots. Okay, let's proceed further. Second one is, what will happen if the root tip is injured? Right, root tip is a very delicate part of the root, and it is having a covering cap like structure which is called as the root cap. It protects the root tip. So if it gets injured, then what will happen? The growth of the plant will be stunted. It will be stopped. It will not grow fully. Okay. Third one is, which types of roots do the fenugreek, spinach and onion plants have? These are not very strong plants. So fenugreek and spinach has the tap roots, and onion is having fibrous roots. Okay. Shall we go to the fourth one? Okay, fourth one is, of what use to a plant are the insects flitting about around its flowers? What important function do the insects perform? They come and sit on the flowers. That is pollination. And what is pollination? Yes, try to remember, students. The transfer of the pollen grains from the stamen to the stigma part of the flower is called as pollination. And after pollination, the germination of pollen tube takes place, and then the fertilization takes place. So pollination is very important, because without pollination the fertilization will not take place. Okay. Next is, draw neat and well labeled diagrams of taproot. It is given in your textbook. Open your page number 10. See, taproot is already given there, figure 2.2. And different parts of the stem, that is given on page number 12, figure 2.6. Okay, note it down. So with this we finish with the lesson. Only 2 questions which are open-ended questions are there that you have to write on your own. Which stems are used as vegetables? Which leaf lamina are used as plates for eating? Very simple. Which dicot seeds are used for cooking purposes? This you will write on your own. Okay. Now we had finished the workbook exercise of all the 3 lessons, right? So I hope you are completing your workbooks on time, and whichever answers are not given to you during the discussion of the workbook exercise, we are going to give you in a printed form. So don't worry about that. Those answers you can complete afterwards, but whatever is discussed now, whatever answers are given to you now, you please complete the books on time.